end of the weekend. I am Resorty, and to you, one and all, I say, here comes the button. Hello, friends. How's it going? Isn't my green screen working? Let's see. Yeah. The blue and the green is off somehow. Don't worry, you won't be able to see this once we're tiny Resorty, but for right now, the colors are slightly weird. Unacceptable. Let's see if I can fix this real quick. I know, I'm here, we're talking, etc., but I changed the setting very quickly during stream the other day, and it kind of ruined everything. I go backwards on this. Almost. Much better. Okay, cool. Hello, friends. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. I swear that I am here with you. I swear I'm not distracted by anything else. It's only you and me, comma, baby doll. Hello, Pepper. Hello, Height. Axix, how's it going today? Welcome in, Jim. Jim, I'm glad to hear you had a good weekend at the Comic-Con. I have never been to a Comic-Con. I've mentioned before that back in grad school, I had a friend who loved going to the Comic-Cons for one and only one reason exclusively, and that is to talk to the filth dealers. He said he found it very amusing to go and ask people direct questions about the hentai they were selling, and he would stand there apparently for hours on end, inquiring in very specific ways about the things they were selling. And I think that's weird, and he's a weird person, and I miss him tremendously. Man, Doodley, how's it going? Hello to 12 Eskimos. How is it going today, Marks? Welcome, Chem Story, and everybody else. Hope things are totally amazing for you. Didn't have stream yesterday, had a pretty relaxing day off or so. It was a somewhat cold and somewhat rainy day here in Tokyo. It is definitely heading into the winter in a big way. On the one hand, that's no real change to you. It's the same in this room as always, except as the house gets cold, I've discovered that the sticky tape I use to hold the sound tiles to the wall and the ceiling does not work as well. Apparently the cold leads it to causing some problems. So overnight, 3 of the tiles have fallen down, 3 of the 9 up there. I would not be surprised if before too long you see some more fall on my head. So I'm not exactly sure I'm going to fix that. Definitely the best way would be to like get some glue and glue it to the ceiling, but that would definitely lead to the wallpaper, ceiling paper ripping off, and then I would lose my deposit, etc., etc. So we'll figure it out. But I'm going to be looking at the ceiling somewhat suspiciously throughout today's entire stream, because I don't want to fall on my head. That's the truth of it. What else do we have for you? What do we do this weekend? I'm sure there's something we did this weekend of note. We went to some restaurants. I had a really nice walk outside, that's true. Went to the Kamizawa Olympic Park. So because Tokyo has held the Olympics twice now in the past century, there are 2 very large and very attractive Olympics-style areas with giant arenas and huge training facilities. And in the middle of it, these like really majestic, I guess I'll call it, plazas with big statues in the middle and obviously space for hundreds of thousands of people from all around the world to come and to mill about. And they're used much less popularly these years, but it's still a cool place to go and see, and I appreciate the outdoors. So we spent some time this week in Kamizawa Olympic Park, which is one of the more popular destinations for nicer weekends. That's good. Did we go to the Botanical Garden? We did not. So the Botanical Garden we wanted to go to is about an hour away. We were planning to do it yesterday, but when we woke up, we looked at our little weather app, and it said by the time we got there, it would be raining. And we decided it was not a lot of fun to go walk and look at plants while the rain was coming down. Hopefully, eventually we can. Right now, we're dealing with 2 factors. On the one hand, we are very, very interested in going to see the foliage especially, right? Fall is here, the leaves are falling, it's brown and orange and oh so lovely. That's awesome. On the other hand, though, it is very rainy on the weekends. And so it's just not as much fun to go see beautiful things while having to hold an umbrella and constantly stay attentive to that. So hopefully we have a nice weekend soon. Though as you might know, this upcoming Wednesday, 2 days from now is a holiday here. There's the holiday known as Labor Thanksgiving. We'll talk more about that on Wednesday, but where American Thanksgiving tends to focus on the family, apparently Japanese Labor Thanksgiving focuses instead on industry. How great it is that we are all so productive. Again, the running together of Labor Day and Thanksgiving Day, we are thankful for labor. Cool, sounds good. Other than that, yeah, really didn't do much this weekend, just worked on that YouTube video. You probably saw I got the first episode of a new RimWorld playthrough up on YouTube yesterday. It was a lot of work, and I don't want to say I'm proud of it, but I see myself getting better at the various editing and recording techniques necessary to put together a good video, and this makes me very, very happy. So I will continue working on that, I'll continue learning that. Right now I'm in the process of learning how to outline text. So I know how to use paint programs and Photoshop and so on to like type text onto images, which I probably could have done in MS Paint back in the 80s, but now I'm trying to figure out how to like make a black border around the text so that it pops out. The popping. If I can do that, I'll be very pleased. I think one thing I've been able to do that's helped a lot with the recent editing and such is cutting it down into much smaller projects. It's one thing if I say I need to be the world's greatest YouTube creator, right? I need to do everything I possibly can to make a perfect video. And that's too much. It's overwhelming. It's impossible to do that all. But if instead I say, okay, all I need to learn how to do is to like have a fade between two scenes. And so I then Google or look on YouTube how to make a fade between scenes in DaVinci Resolve. And then it pops up, and some really helpful person has made a little video, often with no voiceover, but instead like some EDM in the background and them typing in a notepad about like, here's how you do that. And yeah, it's been a weekend of discovery. And so hopefully as time goes by, I learn more and more about editing techniques, and that will be a ton of fun. Marks, I'm glad you're enjoying it though. Yeah, I've tried very hard to like construct a storyline that should make this playthrough interesting. We'll see. It's definitely requiring or requesting a different sort of storytelling than live streaming does. Like with live streaming, I have to come up with the story of what's happening instantaneously. Like in the moment, I start interpreting things in terms of other things. Like I say, okay, this has just happened. Clearly that means whatever. With the YouTube videos, I can play for a while and then sit back and think, okay, how do I put this into a bigger narrative? What is the meaning, the significance, the value of the events that have transpired? And that's pretty cool. I still can't control what's happening in the game necessarily. Like, bad things happen, good things happen. It's still RimWorld Storyteller time, but I can hopefully shape it into a compelling and interesting account, or that's the hope. My intention right now is one new episode a week. I'm hoping, we'll see, I'm hoping that I'll be able to get the videos uploading on the day I take off of stream each week. And ideally, I'll have it show up at the exact same time as I normally start stream each week. Now, this week, it took me a little bit too long to get it done, and so it was uploaded somewhat later. But my intention is, on the day you do not get Resorty live, you get Resorty in video form. And that might be cool. We'll see. Hello, Lido. Good seeing you. Belgian reporting. Oh, yes. We're starting a brand new Victoria playthrough in just a moment here. Should be a lot of fun. Fair enough to say, Avid offers a free version of Media Composer software. So I don't know what kind of software that is. Right now for the video recording, I use OBS, which is the same thing I use for making the stream. For audio recording, I use Audacity, which I don't know why I'm using it, but it seems to work fine. And then for the video creation, I use DaVinci Resolve, which is free also. It's non-linear editing. I don't know what that means. This has been the big problem. Like, all the jargon of audio and video editing, I'm like, Those are words. Allow me to Google that word. Ah, I see now. It's Siemens DaVinci. All right, cool. The reason I'm using DaVinci Resolve is what my students use on campus for their first year of production classes. And then once they get to sophomore and higher, they get a key for, what is it? Whatever the Adobe one is. Premiere, is that right? Maybe. Anyway, they start on the one and then hop on up. And I figure right now I'm a first year student, so we'll see. All right, that's enough of that, I think. That's all I got. I'm sure there are more stories, but I've forgotten them all as usual. We have some cool stuff coming up pretty soon, though, here in Tokyo, and I'll share stories about that once they've happened, as opposed to, gosh, this will happen. It's more fun if there's a full surprise. Hello, She, how's it going? All right, folks, let's push some buttons, let's play some games, because I gotta go allegedly teach in a little bit here. Now I say, video game, there we go. I say that I need to teach this week. This is the part of the semester I feel absolutely worst about, because I have nothing else to present, right? I've given all of the course content, I've made all of my arguments, all that remains from me is some grading, and the final day of class when I do the big wrap up and say, here's what we're doing all semester long, here's where we started, here's where we're ending, hopefully all this happened in between. Go forth and be ye great, etc., etc. I feel bad about this, though, because while my workload goes down into a ring of fire, the students' workload accelerates, expands, and explodes so quickly. And not just in my class, but in all of the classes they have. They have their finals, they have their final papers, they have studying. It's crazy. And of course, they know what they signed up for, but I wish there were a way in which our workloads overlapped a bit more. Because I have to go into class today and be like, oh, I'm very, very sympathetic to all of your work, while thinking, I can go home and play video games. It's going to be great. All right. When do classes wrap for the year here in Japan? Yeah, so we have this week as last week of content, the Wednesday's off. Next week, last day of classes is Monday, Tuesday, depending on which class you're on. Then there's a study day on Wednesday. It's a day when there are no assignments due, there are no classes. It's just like a free day for students to study. Most of them spend it drinking. And then Thursday, finals start. And I believe finals last for 1 week or so. And yeah, Badip, that's all, folks. So it ends about a week earlier than U.S. semester does, or U.S. schooling does, though it also starts a little bit earlier. The Japanese summer session, or no, so that's not true. The Japanese graduation is in April usually, where in the U.S. it's in May or even June. So everything's off just a little bit here. All right, that's enough of that. Hello to you, silly student. Good luck to you also. Hello, She. You hate exam period? No, you like exam period. You don't envy the students, though. I absolutely get that. All right, let's talk about Victoria. So last week we began playing a Victoria 3 playthrough. We played a Sweden tutorial, and it was really, really fun. However, because we were in the tutorial mode, the AI basically left us alone entirely, right? The AI was set to lenient and lax. Now, I'm guessing lenient means if you engage hostilely with the AI will not slap back. We never engaged hostilely. Lax, I'm assuming, means the AI does not attempt to engage aggressively with you. So even though we never really built up our military all that much, Russia just left us alone. And so we spent, 4 or 5 days just trying to build more and more furniture, getting an initial start on how the game's economy works. And it was fun. It was a good time for sure, but I feel like it was sort of the tutorial island of CK3, where so long as we didn't make really stupid decisions, we just weren't going to lose. Now, we probably would not have reached #1 best nation in the whole wide world, but that's fine. My goal was just to do a good job and to understand some things, and I think we have accomplished that. So today we're going to start a new playthrough, a playthrough on the normal difficulty settings, where we'll begin to see how nasty the AI can be. We will attempt to get a sense of some of the other mechanics we haven't engaged with. Most notably, we're going to learn about colonization, and I feel weird about this, right? I feel a little strange. It's the same as like in CK3. Many of you know I'm not terribly interested in doing Impaler playthroughs or Torturer playthroughs or Devil Worshiper playthroughs. I just find them like so distant from what I find enjoyable in a game that it's hard to like submerge myself in the escapism of it all. Now that said, though it is the case that throughout history there have been moments of like impalers and torturers and so on, it's distant enough for me that I'm like, whatever. Colonization was not that long ago, and colonization is pretty terrible, so we'll see how this goes. I'll probably get pretty squicked out, especially if there are pop-ups that say, the locals are rebelling, demanding their sovereignty back. Should we cut off all of their hands to quell their ability to pick up rifles? In this moment, I will have to say, yes, cut off all their hands, and feel really awful about it. So we'll see. Speaking of cutting off hands, I intend to play today as Belgium. As I know, Belgium is a place that got a bunch of rubber. King Leopold, I think, did this down in the Belgian Congo, and so I think I would like to try the same, though maybe we'll find a way to find other places to exploit and extract from. Of the 3 possible playthrough objectives here, I think we're going to economic dominance. I suspect that economy is largely determined by your industries and your resources, especially valuable resources. So we'll see. One thing I should mention is we have not completed the learn the game objective. Because the kinds of quests they were giving me in the tutorial were things like, were things like, make Prussia love you by pushing this button. And we went to push the button and nothing happened. So probably off stream, I'll go ahead and get that achievement, just because I think we've earned it in some sense by learning how most of the mechanics work, and I want the achievements in my pocket. Part of me thinks that maybe this should be the Paradox game that we finally 100% on all of the different achievements. I've never done that on any Paradox game, because many of them take a very, very long time to do. But as we're getting into this game right as it's released, it might be fun to try to do a bunch of them. Now, with that said, I'm not going to turn this into a Victoria 3 only stream, so hopefully, we'll do it over months and years. Not CK3 100%, we could do that. I mean, I think I still believe that CK3 is my favorite Paradox game, but I do sort of wonder what appetite there is for a lot more CK3. There may be an appetite still. We'll look into it, we'll think about it. We gotta play some more CK3 soon, especially whenever the next content pack comes out. That'd be good. Alito says it's taboo to talk about these things in Belgium these days. Or Alito, it's a dirty little secret. Nobody knows what you're doing online. So we're playing as Belgium. Findar, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Let's push this button and see what is what. Our aim is to expand our production, market reach, and trade influence until the world economy is firmly within my control. My ultimate goal will be to control the lion's share of global GDP. So I see how these first two, the good old US of A and Great Britain, are in incredibly strong positions for these. Probably selecting a smaller nation like Belgium is less great. Also, as we'll discuss in a moment here, I am deeply concerned as we play Belgium that Prussia will attempt to march our way. Now, they've got other problems, like trying to unify Germany first, but if Prussia ever turns towards us, I suspect the game is just over, unless the British will protect us. We'll see. Were we to play the other ones? Were we to play Hegemony? Yeah, Prussia's the obvious one there. I would like to do a Japan playthrough at some points. I would like to maintain isolationism until I'm ready to go consume Korea. That'd be cool. And for egalitarianism, France. We can talk about fraternité over and over again. That's cool. These are all very cool playthroughs. I wonder if all of the different starts here have an achievement attached to them. For now, though, economic dominance, pick our country, revolution. Result of political movement has grown. Enactment debate indicates the percentage chance enactment process of law will... Okay. As always, I need a much slower hard drive so I can read those things. What's up, Gelly? Good to see you. What should we say before we get started? I had something else I wanted to say, but don't recall what it is. So, we're going to play as our friends Belgium here. We begin as a minor power, 16th in the whole wide world. The Dutch are 10. So I was considering playing as the Dutch. I went back and forth between them. Netherlands starts with a substantial navy and military. And by substantial, I mean like 20 dudes. Where Prussia starts with 150. Belgium here, you are who we play as. We began as King Leopold Ipse of Saxe-Coburg-Gotha. He's a tactful, experienced political operator. So tactful means we improve relations faster. My big hope is to improve relations with the big powers to our west, Great Britain and France, to protect us against the great powers to the east. We'll see. Also, a reduction to political movement radicalism. All right, so hopefully we have a bunch of loyalists or people who just don't care about the things we're doing. And then experienced political operator, free 10% authority. Cool. So one difference between the Sweden playthrough and this playthrough is, as we begin, the kind of political powers I'm going to want to push to the top. So in Sweden, I pushed intelligentsia and labor unions very, very, very hard. And I think had we played the Sweden playthrough all the way out, we'd eventually have socialist utopia. It would be great, assuming Russia didn't attack us. Right. Here, because we're being colonized in a big way, I suspect we're going for like the industrialists, maybe the landowners. I don't yet know how colonialism works in this game. Mechanics are totally opaque to me. So we'll have to figure out which parties we want for that. I suspect we're also going to engage in like some really terrible laws involving racial segregation and second-class citizens, and gosh, it's going to be a mess. That sounds fun. All right. We begin as Catholics. Our cultures are Flemish and Wallonian. So honestly, I know nothing of Wallonia, and my apologies for that. We begin as an impoverished people. Surely we'll speed along. Let's read a little bit. In Belgium, the Industrial Revolution's in full swing. The yoke of Dutch oppression was cast aside 6 years ago, and the country is bounding ahead of their former masters with the construction of the very first railroad in continental Europe. What does the future hold for them? Should we take over the Dutch? Should that be like a secondary goal of this playthrough? Is not just wrest our freedom, but freedom of all lands belonging to the Netherlands? Maybe just. Okay, I wish to turn on the Iron Man. And we have a bunch of standard levels of... Yeah, standard levels of difficulty. Is there higher than standard? Harsh. AI countries are more suspicious of player countries' intentions and treat them more harshly. Lenient. All right, I'm going to do standard for right now. Maybe eventually we'll try a harder difficulty, but for right now I'm okay with that. Formal nations allow implausible and fantasy-esque nations to be formed. Does this mean like the Indian territories take over the US possibly? Releasable nations allow implausible and fantasy-esque nations to be released. So fantasy-esque, like I think it probably just means alternate histories, but I like to imagine that suddenly in like Eastern Europe, there's a kingdom of Mordor. Here comes the Dark Lord. We're suddenly in the world of Lord of the Rings. All fine. Let's apply, and let's get it started. Good luck, team. Hey, Capstone, you think Walloons are Dutch, Flemish is German? Okay. I knew that Flemish is the Belgian area there. I don't quite know how it all fits together, but someday I'll learn about Europe by playing Paradox games. Alright, through the course objective, you've been given a series of journal entries to complete. How you choose to complete the task will be left up to you, the player. Oh, interesting. So, yeah. I thought that the pop-ups in your journal would only occur in the tutorial mode, like learn how to play the game, but I guess all of these starts, economic dominance, military dominance, equality, are mini tutorials where they push you in the direction of whatever you should be doing. That's nice. It's nice to have multiple tutorials that are shaded in different directions. We'll probably play through all of them and then eventually choose our own adventure. We have to have an iron or coal mine in the country before getting our first journal entry. Awesome. So one thing I'm noticing right here is Luxembourg. Is Luxembourg still under the control of the Netherlands? Let's see here. How do we learn that? It's diplomacy, I think. All right. So Netherlands and Luxembourg are both currently controlled by the King of the Netherlands through personal union. What flavor of government are they these days? Constitutional monarchy, just like us. Cool. All right. How do we talk about what's happening in our place? Where do we begin? What do we look at? Good old Leopold. How old is he right now? Only 45. We have thousands of years left. Though we have 10 troops with my generals, 5 each, we have 70 further battalions beyond that. Are they... They're all conscripts. So we can raise all of the men of Belgium to go fight, but for right now, we're primarily conscripts. We'll have more military eventually. I'm guessing we'll need that to go march through Africa one of these days. Hey, King Ponto, how many hours in Vicky 3 so far? Only 16. I'm definitely behind the curve in a big way, but I've really been enjoying it, and we're learning our second playthrough right now. I know I want more things on my outliner thing. That seems really important. So how do I do that? There. And I know I want my interest groups. Who's marginalized already? Oh, the poor trade unions. Poor buddies. Also here we have the Catholic Church. In Sweden we had the Church of Sweden. I'll be curious to see if the churches play in different directions or different ways in different starts. Will the Catholics, for example, talk about the Pope in the way the Church of Sweden didn't, perhaps? I don't know. We'll bring our market in also, and previously I didn't have my states there. I think I'll do that also, because I'm guessing that I can mouse over... Yes, I can mouse over the states to see unemployment. You recall that in the Sweden playthrough, the one place we were really struggling is finding enough peasants to fill all the jobs we had. If I can see it very easily here, hopefully I will build in the correct places. Maybe. maybe. Hey, Jamor, how's it going? Happy Sunday, Jamor. Happy Sunday, everybody. Hope things are good. Okay. Time for technology. We were told that at the beginning of the game, we have the first railroad in Europe. There it is. I have no idea how to make use of this advantage, other than it decreases the number of laborers necessary at... a whole bunch of mines and things like that. So we'll have more peasants free for other things. Probably knocking out something in this technology tree would be good. And okay. On the society side of things, I need to learn how colonization works. So we already know about colonization. As the population grows, it becomes possible to go elsewhere and find new, mainly unclaimed land for the taking. Mostly unclaimed. Don't you worry about it. Alright, is there anything that helps our colonization beyond that? Quinine does, right? Quinine causes us not to die of malaria. For that, though, I need to learn about pharmaceuticals first, which helps us have a better healthcare system. You know what? Sure. When I think Belgium, I think healthcare. I don't know if that's true. Ponta suggests I want to play through that's focused on internal market balance, check out Japan. We definitely will play Japan at some point. Just last playthrough, I didn't do any militarism, any colonialism. And so this time we will do more of that. And then probably do Japan eventually because I live there, etc. Okay, what are the other warnings and notes? Unused construction. We'll get there very soon. We're currently exporting fertilizer and luxury furniture. Neither of those are productive, so we'll get rid of both of those. They are here. Fix that eventually. It is strange that the game begins with unproductive routes. The thing that's expensive right now is the paper. Do I know how to make the paper yet? It's so strange having all of these different countries with different technologies you begin. And so probably the start at each country is a little bit different based on what the problems are, etc., etc. And right now it looks like nobody is using railroads. Is that true? Okay. We can go to railroads if we want to. Do we actually have a railroad built? Yes, we have a railroad built. Okay. I'll go to that in a second. First, though, paper. So let's make a new paper mill in Flanders. Now, I apologize. I actually don't know where my capital is. Flanders is more people, so presumably Flanders is my capital. Literally all I know about Flanders is the poem from World War I, "In Flanders field poppies grow." I'll need you all to help me understand what I should know about this part of the world. I know many of you are from around these places. Please help a brother out. That is done. We're now building. We recall that the major, or most construction that can go into any one building is 20. And we were told also that supporting one of these costs more or less 3,000. So I do want to build at least one more of those. 4,700. Okay, so it's more than 3,000. Presumably we need to start producing more of all those things, but we won't ruin the economy too much. We start with plenty of gold. With plenty of gold, we just fine. All right, so improve that. Cool. Flanders belongs to Netherlands. Wallonia belongs to France. I would like to say that all of France and the Netherlands belongs to Belgium, but we'll see, we'll see. Okay, I'm sure there's something more I'm supposed to be doing. We were told that the journal entries would start popping up once we had built an iron mine and a coal mine. Can we build a coal mine somewhere? Aha. Alright, so we already have coal mines. We already have iron mines. We already have journal entries. Alright, cool. So, path to liberalism. I ignored a lot of these mini quests, I'll call them, in our first playthrough. I'd like to do more of these, possibly. That said, liberalism is incongruent. It can't be combined with, like, strong colonialism, so we probably don't want this one, at least not yet. Number 2, patronize romanticism. Romantic artist movement advocates for the glorious past. Knights, castles, pirates, forbidden nature, and lost heroes. Its appealing nature must be swiftly spread. Okay, so in order to be a patron of the arts, we have to have an arts building. I believe arts buildings are very expensive and consumes even more paper. But sure, I'll go ahead and throw one of these into our capital, and we'll decide as time's going along whether we can actually support it, or if it's a better idea to just, like, let it stay fallow. We don't need it. So, arts building. Boop. Capital. Boop. Cap. Let us now let the game begin. The Great Unpausing. The church is happy. We have a journal entry called Expand Mining Industries. We'll get there very soon, I promise. The church is giving us plus 10 authority. So it looks like no matter what kind of church you have, Church of Sweden, Catholic Church, Protestantism, whatever, the bonuses and detriments are just the same. Is that true? Yeah. So I want to make the church like me quite a bit to help us boost the birth rate a whole bunch. That would be lovely. And I don't have any clever ideas on how to do that right now, so we'll let the game go a little bit. There's an encouragement for us to expand our iron mines that will also allow us to meet this demand. So I do want to go ahead and do that also. It's in our buildings page. The rural. Build one of these. Holy cow! We have up to 53 iron mines in Wallonia? Is it super mountainous there? Like, it doesn't look super mountainous. So much iron. Let's go ahead and go up to 10 on that. I don't know why I'm picking that number, except for that it has a 0 at the end. We'll see. Hey, Red Eyes Tony, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Only 53? Feels like a lot to me. I don't know if it actually is. Luxembourg is trying to make nice with us. People want agrarianism. What's that? Subsidizing agriculture, ranches, etc. The aristocrats give more money to the investment pool. We can then use that to make our farmers happier. I should probably do some diplomacy. So as of right now, the Dutch hate us, and we hate the Dutch. So there's probably a natural rivalry. Is that true? Let's see. Okay, so the Netherlands have a rivalry with us as we begin. Relations are poor also. So there's no historical antagonism, I guess. So we could try to make nice with the Dutch eventually. Luxembourg down here. What is your relationship to me? Cooperative. Yeah, so they see us as a potential friend, even though they are currently subject to the Netherlands. So I don't know if being friendly with them actually gains us anything. Beyond that, our good friends the Prussians, they're currently protective. Okay. We learned last time that protective means that they don't want anyone else to conquer me, because eventually they want to conquer me. France feels cautious. I'm an unknown factor. That's fine. And the British, protective also. Alright, so maybe the balance of powers between the British and the Prussians will keep me alive somehow. Help the Luxembourgers rebel against the Dutch? So I don't know how to do that yet. Is that a possible diplomatic play? Oh, isn't there like a free subject, I think? Transfer subject. Yeah, liberate subject here. I'm not allowed to do that in Luxembourgers because we have a truce with the Dutch until 1836, which is currently these days. But yeah, looks like eventually we could free the Luxembourgers. However, other people might get involved too. For right now, let's start making nice with people nearby. Most notably, alliance? Okay, Great Britain does not want an alliance right now. We're closer, but not close enough, of course. Hey, Mark, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Okay, so let's just make nice right now with... I guess the Prussians right now. And we have still quite a bit of influence to use on this. So we'll also make nice with... I don't know. Who do we like? The French? The British? Let's do the British for now. Okay. Enough button pushing for the moment. Because we're so new to this game still, it's a little hard for me to remember what the possible moves I can make in the game are. Like, I know I can build buildings and make friendship, and past that I'm not quite sure all I can do. The British have responded angrily to the Chinese ban on opium, with multiple threats towards the government of China. Oh boy, opium wars, here we go. Agadar Cullifred. We could declare a rivalry also. I don't quite remember what that does, other than it leads towards more and more hatred as time goes by. So, let us speak unkindly of the Dutch. Trade agreement. Would anybody give me a trade agreement right now? I really doubt it, but... yeah, definitely not. Alright. Declare a rivalry. We're already rival the Dutch. Got it. We could rival Portugal for no particularly good reasons. We'll stay off of that for right now. Egypt is an interest in Iberia. We should probably set an interest ourselves in something. Do I have open interests? You can see that in the diplomacy page. Our only interest is in Iberia. Why? There's probably some important history here that I just don't know, but for some reason we're interested in Iberia. Maybe some important trade is happening? But let's go ahead and check that out if we can. So in the market, liquor is being sold. Yeah, liquor is being sold to Britain. Explosives are being purchased from the That's Belgium, sorry. We're sending them to the French instead. Who knows, they're out eventually. What are the market prices looking like, and what can we fix? As of right now, we're producing so much extra fertilizer that it's basically worthless here. So, does anybody want to buy my fertilizer? At a very small price, the Dutch do. We hate the Dutch. Haha! We're sending giant piles of cow poo to the Dutch. That's right, Dutch, you take that. And since we're Russia also, making a decent amount of extra sugar. Wait, where are we getting our sugar from? Are we all already colonizers? Or do we just like grow sugar in Belgium? I had no idea. At this point in the game, we don't need sugar, so we'll export that to the Russians as well, and the Prussians. And I'm probably going to run out of ships very soon. Papal states are interested in Iberia. Wait a second. Can you play as the Pope in this game? Hey, King Ponto, thank you very much indeed for the resubscription. Ad, you think not? I appreciate that immensely. Yeah, the balance between like ads being annoying and like my tolerance for upsetting the viewers is hard. Ponto, thank you for the subscription though. No more ads for you. So you can play as the Pope in this game. We definitely want to do that at some point, because in CK3 you can't play as a theocracy. Yeah, definitely at some point we're going to do this. The Pope is promoting liberalization? I am confused. But okay, good luck. We're currently hemorrhaging bureaucracy because of all the trade routes. Let's go ahead and get rid of one of those. The one to the Dutch was not at all valuable. I just want to make a dumb joke about sending things to the Dutch. We're good again. Should the Pope have a funny hat on? I think he only wears that when he's going out. This is his Pope at rest picture. We're not using all of our construction. Why not? I thought you could use up to 20 at a time. We're only using 17. Oh, it's climbing. Oh, maybe this is just getting workers right now for the construction sector. It takes a while for anything to turn on. The price of iron has gone up. The mines there are coming. I guess we're going to move the Arts Academy way down. Culture someday. For now, just more iron. France are rivaling the Netherlands also. So I wonder if this is a case where, because we share an enemy, we may be able to be buddies sooner. Yeah, it's still cautious to us. We are actually not improving relations. I suspect I have enough influence points to try to make nice with them here. So, improve relations. Yeah, we're still good on our influence. That's great. This month, luxury clothes are a little bit cheaper. Cool. Our construction facilities are fully made. We're beginning to spend in a deficit-y kind of way. That's fine. That's fine. Now, you recall that we spent in a deficit-y kind of way in our Sweden playthrough until we were about halfway in debt. The gold went away, the red filled in. I'm curious to see if we'll do the same thing in this playthrough, or if we'll try to be a little bit more careful on that. One thing we did in the last playthrough that was really good for our money is look into taxing things that the wealthy use. And I believe I promised to roll back taxes at some point in the playthrough, and I literally never did so. Like, over the course of, I don't know, 60 years, 50 years, I just kept adding more and more and more taxes. This time will surely be different. Okay, so luxury furniture will give us 2,000 more money. Awesome. Also, services on everybody. Awesome. And luxury clothes. And that's enough for right now, I think. Could do booze or wine. I think the wine is used commonly by wealthier people. Yeah, level 15 and higher on wealth. So I will maximize taxes at this early point in the game. All fine, all fine, all fine. And then because of that, we could add more construction again. And that'll help us build more than one thing at a time. So I'm going to add 2 more. Heading towards full employment someday. Austria is importing my coal. I think as of right now we have extra coal, but that may not be true. Let's see, let's see. As of right now we are slightly under on coal, so we could move coal in the direction of protectionism to keep it for ourselves. Let's see what that would do to our taxes overall, or our money overall. So if we hold on to it, we get 101 more money. That's fine. We'll keep this in mind later. If the price of coal drops too far, we'll then start exporting it instead. And look through the other ones if we want to. If we protect our steel, we get more money. Luxury clothes are teetering on the edge of profitability. Could send the sulfur out. I'm sure we'll be using that eventually. Okay, that's enough for now. Insufficient taxation capacity. So Wallonia can't tax all of its citizens. It's totally maxed. So that means we need, I think, an administration building. Yes, this increases taxation capacity and puts more people to work. Also, whistle stop tour. I think once the planner is sufficiently large, it's very easy to miss things happening over here. I know they pop up also on the map, but I just consistently miss them. Anyway, Hippolyte, I believe, met dem Penningen. Sure, intends to travel across Flanders by train to campaign for the Catholic Party. So the Catholic Party is made up of the Catholics and the shopkeepers. I want the Catholics happier so that I can get the bonus to births. Cheaper loans is not important. Campaigning by rail is super smart. If we do that, Flanders, our capital, has less railway throughput. As of right now, I think our infrastructure is okay in Flanders. Let's check and see on that real quick. Hey, Darth Ether, how's it going? Yeah, infrastructure is great here, so we don't necessarily need more railroads. What else do railroads do, though, beyond just give us... here it is. Just giving us infrastructure. I think that's all they actually do. Just infrastructure will have a little bit less for a while. Fewer transportation tickets. I think we're having excess on that right now, so this is absolutely fine at this point. Or the fate of the nation depends on my train. If we do that, we get even more. Wait a second. Oh. So the top one here, saying it's a smart move, only gives a little bit of power to the Catholic Party. I assumed it was the case. The top one was helping the Catholics. The bottom was harming the Catholics. No, it's either help them a little bit or help them as much as possible. I suspect you wouldn't do the bottom one if you wanted the Catholics to be weaker, but I want them to be strong. So the fate of the nation is with you. Cool. Cool. An election's coming real soon. As of right now, the Catholics are surely going to win. Liberalization and the industrialists is a little bit less popular these days. That's fine. We're conservative people. 25% rail nerf is huge. I only have one railroad, though. I didn't see how long it was that way, though. We will have more eventually. Let's go ahead and make some more construction buildings. Move them to the top. Transportation has gotten cheaper because we have that bonus right now. So I'm going to use that to do what? Increase some of my rural buildings' use of transportation, freeing up laborers. We have a lot of free laborers right now, but it'll help stabilize the price on transportation. That seems good. We do this one also. Fine. We have 25% strength PB. What is PB? Is that projection? No, I don't know what PB is, unfortunately. All these acronyms and jargon, completely unknown to me. Alright, the election is over. Golly gosh, the Catholics won by a fair amount. Golly gosh, the Catholics are in power already. 60% legitimacy. If I throw the intelligentsia out... Oh, they want to join, actually. They want to join the Liberal Party. The Liberals lost. Out you go. Except our leader's the intellectual also. So if I remove them, it drops quite a bit. I'm terribly sorry. Armed forces want in, though. They'll join the Catholics and we'll have a unity government with the intelligentsia in too. We should probably try to pass a law fairly soon. Oh, the landlord's in also. 90% legitimacy. If I remove the intelligentsia now, 76 still, and we can do this reform. Cool. Cool. Unity government all the way. We'll see how this works out. Let's look at laws. I have no idea what would help us. Currently we have wealth voting. Everybody loves that. So the more money you have, the more your votes count. Someday autocracy. Someday all power comes from the throne. People want national supremacy in place of racial segregation. This would give us additional authority. And then people who aren't inside of our culture are treated a little bit worse. Probably no need for that quite yet, though it is popular. The church loves it. So if we do this, we'll get the birth rate I want on the church. And we'll get a little bonus from the PB also. We may be going backwards on citizenship. If we go to state religion, the church is very grateful. The armed forces like it also. Intelligentsia does not. They're part of the government. Everyone hates there's no home affairs. We go to National Guard. The PB will give us their bonus, the church will not. No colonial affairs. The industrialists sure would like it. The rural folks would not like us. Colonial resettlement allows 100% migration attraction in unincorporated states. So I don't know how that works yet. How we're able to go involve ourselves with unincorporated states. Probably the colonial affairs institution is part of it. Or we could try to go down to colonial exploitation. Colonies are established to exploit the area for natural resources and cheap laborers. So real bad guy behavior down here. But very, very slow chance of being incorporated. Go to this one, it's 30% chance. Alright, let's become monsters. Belgium is for the Belgians. The church is very, very happy, and so we have a higher birth rate for a while. Resettlement is better to start moving people to colonies. Cool, we'll do that real soon. Taxation increases needed straight away. Russia no longer is giving us money on their trade routes. Fix that soon. We need more iron. All right, iron is coming very, very quickly, we promise. After national supremacy is done, we might will probably try to do colonialism. Now, to colonize, do I have to put an interest in some area of the colonizable areas? Or do you get access to colonization even with no interest? Yes, you do need it. Okay. I'll have to move my interest from Portugal and Spain, from Iberia, down somewhere else. And there probably is some ideal way to think about, where exactly your colonization should happen. There's probably limited resources in some place. So you'll need to just pick randomly and hope for the best. All right, well done. You've completed the first part of the economic dominance objective. Continue to complete them to unlock more. Have more steel mills. Okay. Also, devout scandal. Oh no! Oh no, I need the church to love me. It's been revealed that Barthélemy de Feu de Melon of the church has been having a secret affair with a member of the clergy. Scandal. Lowercase h. His resignation is being demanded. Dear Paradox. The very fact that this sneaky bastard thought he could get away with a gross misuse of power shows everything wrong with the leadership of the Catholic Church. If I force him to step down, he resigns in shame. If I ignore it, he stays in, though loses popularity. So this directly does not affect the happiness of the group. What kind of dude is he? He's cautious. This gives less political strength, but +1 approval. As right now, we're at +11. So losing 1 approval is not the worst thing in the world. He's a bandit also. +2 intergroup approval as long as he's in the government. So we're getting +3 off of him. I don't know how to think about the luck here yet. If we were to make him resign, we'd get a new leader who might not give us that +3 back. So if we ignore it, he'll get -25 more dislike. I don't know what dislike does. My suspicion is it causes the interest group to be less attractive, and so it minimizes their possibility of growing in power. But I don't know. I'm going to force him to step down, and we'll roll the dice and see what happens. New leader is. He died. So, unfortunately, we lost the bonus. And let's see who we got instead, running the Catholic Church. There you are. Bomb to win Bredar. He's imperious. So more people will join his faction. An operator, more people, or he's stronger in his faction. So nothing here about approval or disapproval, unfortunately. We had the increase in birth rate for a very, very, very small time. And why am I hemorrhaging cash? I often only notice that when, often only notice that when it's been happening for a while. I built some more construction buildings without building any more productivity. But I'm kind of surprised at how far the swing has happened. We'll figure it out. Surely, surely, surely. Alright, video game wants us to make some more steel mills. We can definitely do that. They have at least 4, so we only need 1 more to make the game happy. This will cost even more money. That's because iron is quite expensive. Right now we're making iron mines that will help lower the cost of steel. Okay. Great. You built 1 extra construction building as Belgium and sank your run. I think I built 3 or 4 of them. We'll see how this goes. Subjugations refused. Dahomey. What a lovely elephant you have. Where is Dahomey? Where's my homie? Show on map. It's in Niger, okay. In West Africa? Awesome, thank you. They did not want to subject themselves to the French. So France is here. Senegal. Somewhere there, surely. The top right. Or the top right of the screen. Damagram. Damagram? Who knows? We'll learn the geography of Africa someday, I promise. Is the long blue one? This thing? That's Morocco, isn't it? Or Monaco? Morocco? Morocco's here. Long blue. Ah, there it is. Thank you, thank you. Here it is. What kind of place are you? An unrecognized power, number 167 in the whole wide world. 13 dudes. They're struggling. Or friends. Okay, our relationship with Great Britain is as good as it can be for right now. Are you all interested in being allies? I promise to frustrate the French. Unfortunately not. I mean, it's not so far away. Not so far away, maybe someday. Hey, Dirty Ears, how's it going? I heard the game's very complicated. It is very complicated, but I'm enjoying figuring it out as time goes by. Like, I know I'm not a master of the game. I probably will never be a master of the game, but I feel myself improving moment by moment, and that's fine. That's fine. Hello, Holland. I missed slightly while picking your nation, my nation. I went back and forth of should we be the Dutch or should we be the Belgians? And I chose to be the Belgians entirely because one of the very long-time viewers of this channel is Dutch, and I wanted to delight him. So, Belgium all the way. But it's good to see you, Holland. Hope you're doing well today. If I give them an obligation, maybe? No, even with an obligation, they would not accept this right now. That's fine. We'll have an alliance someday. Again, we have a bunch more influence. I saw there was a pop-up of liberate a subject. Okay, I don't want to do this yet. However, friends were able to free Luxembourg. Now, if I... Oh, so many powers. I was going to say, if I can guarantee the British will join us, we'll probably be fine. But look at it all. Look at everyone else who might get involved. So if I launch this war, I will not be in any way deciding what happens in it. It will just be the choice of the great powers. But for right now, let's not do that. What's this? Raising concerns. The armed forces are unhappy that we're supporting the industrialists. Are we? Are we? I didn't mean to be. Choosing is hard. Not because the decision's difficult, but the consequences can be a bit inconvenient. The armed forces are in power right now. The industrialists are giving us a cheaper production technology research. As of right now, we're not researching production, we're researching society? Yes, we're researching quinine right now, or medicine down to quinine. Alright, so I can make the armed forces a little bit happier and the industrialists a little bit less happy. If we do that, armed forces are currently -1. We won't get anything in particular. Industrialists are currently +9. There's no way to make the industrialists slightly happier here. So I will go ahead and make this trade because it doesn't actually damage or benefit us in either direction. Cool. Is this administration building ever going to get made? Oh my goodness, we made the administration building, and yet again, we need more taxation. This time in Flanders. All right, up you go. And we'll kick that to the top once more. Excellent. We were talking before about what more influence might we do. I guess we could try to become friendly with France also. We're already trying to do that. So Prussia, we're trying to make nice with. We made nice with Great Britain. Next up is France. I guess Spain? Or maybe Austria? Austria's already quite protective. Sure, let's try to make Austria love us as well. My hope is that making all these people love me, that when the die is cast between the Netherlands and us, they will come and help us. So can we see what the relationships are? So they're currently damaged relationship with the US of A and me. They're currently improving with Prussia, and Russia's improving with them. Okay. Okay. Some folks are interested in maintaining racial segregation instead of national supremacy. We're very happy having it gotten rid of. And then, professors at the University of Flanders believe new theories employing craniometry can be used to demonstrate racial differences, rallying support for national supremacy. There are, of course, individual differences which can provide some astounding insights into the nature of base and criminal traits, but the differences between larger groups are our current focus. I have here the skull of a normal Wallonian citizen, of sound mind and body and life, kindly donated to our institution. It represents the highest stage of humanity. Now, as I'm sure you can imagine, some of the other specimens are substantially less advanced. I said we're doing a monster playthrough. Here comes the monster playthrough. Fascinating. Fetch me the calipers. So my university is less productive because we have phrenology departments. However, offering some good arguments for why Wallonians are the best people on Earth. Cool. Sorry, university. Enjoy the pseudoscience. Am I join a big market next to me? Harsani, that's a great question. I actually didn't know that I could choose to join a different market. I had no idea. So as of right now, we're part of the Belgian market exclusively. If we can join the British one, the British one, that'd be pretty great. So how does one do that? Move the market capital. This is the national market. It should stay in my capital for sure. Maybe it's diplomacy instead. Probably friendly. There's custom unions. Join a customs union. Great Britain. That's not the same thing as joining the market, I think. Or is it? It must be. Diplomatic Pact establishes a custom union. What does that do exactly? Senior partner and several junior partners share a single market. On the leadership of this senior partner, all subject pacts also act that. Is this the correct button, friends? Join customs union? I don't see join market exactly. But it has the join word. It makes me part of their market. I'm guessing that's what I want to do here, to get access to more trade and such. Well, we'll see what happens. Here comes the button. Okay, so we've allied ourselves more fully with the British. The price of fertilizers again dropped terribly in the Belgian market. We're still producing lots extra for cheap. So who wants some fertilizer? The French do! The British do! Excellent. What else are we producing scads of? Wow, so much wheat. Oh, this is the British market now. Okay, so we've switched over from being the Belgian market. It's now the British market also. I see. Joining a different market may mess up my market. Harsani, if I lose this playthrough, it's on you for saying you should join a market. So the Belgian market no longer exists, and the way I normally play this game is I push this button and push this button and try to decide what I should build based on that. However, because we're part of a much larger market now, this is what's happening all throughout the British markets, not what's happening in my neck of the woods. So how will we ensure that our people are well cared for? Oh boy. Can I undo this? Can we return to being just Belgium? This is too confusing for me. I love you, British, I promise. I promise. I can leave in a year? Alright, for the next year, we'll figure it out. Let's see if the economy crashes next year. Or at least crashes worse than before. So probably just making, like, basic resources such as steel and wood and things like that will keep us going. Oh boy, the numbers are going down. And up. Who knows? Now artillery and ammunition are very expensive. Iron and tools very expensive, so we'll keep making those. More iron is coming also. Awesome. This is fine. The tools are expensive. We don't really have anything that can help with that, so let's just build one more. I'm going to continue stacking in the places that are already started. Hopefully get everyone employed one of these days. Inefficient agriculture. The industrialists are whining about Flanders, saying their undeniable inefficiency should be immediately addressed. Take the fertile soil and turn it into proper farms. We follow their advice. We get more people into Flanders. However, the upper strata, the landowners, are very cranky. Or we sure do like subsistence farming. 5% of upper strata in Flanders. So, Flanders, upper strata. Population, I think? Peasants, farmers, aristocrats. There we go. The upper strata is currently 38,000 people. So a very small amount radicalized. Looking to the future. Here we go. Now, I don't know if that migration will only be within our nation, or if it'll cause migration from outside as well. Let's go ahead and check out exports and see. I have a whole bunch of stuff we could export for decent money, as well as imports. For right now, coal might be very nice to get. Not worth very much. Let's not do that. Iron, I swear we're making our own iron eventually, but right now we'll do this. That, thank goodness for productivity. So have plenty of bureaucracy points. Let's send our dye elsewhere. Oh, the Americans want Belgian dye. Excellent. They're very, very small improvements to our money situation, but bit by bit is good. Opium also. Wait, why do I have opium? And where am I getting these things from? Like, does Belgium just grow all this stuff? I'd assume we only get opium once we start colonizing. Alright, Vietnam. Use this for medical purposes only. I believe in you. Oh boy. I'm a monster. It's in the UK market. Okay, so we're buying things from our market and taking it elsewhere. I see. Yeah, learning to work in a bigger market is definitely a little confusing. I keep moving my Arts Academy down. Urbanize Belgium. We get an urban center building of greater than 5. And have a Belgian state that's incorporated. Or is this a... This is an or. One or the other, I think. All we need is to get one of our urban buildings to 5. I think the capital administration building's almost there, so boop that once more. The trade center's 19. Oh, you can't build that at all. It probably develops on its own as time goes by. Good stuff. Then the Arts Academy, I promise. Someday, someday, someday. Hey, Toady. Thank you for the raid host. I really enjoyed watching your stream earlier. Thanks for putting on a very cool charity stream. Welcome, everybody. I'm Resorty. We are staring at maps with friends. This map is the whole wide world of sports in the year 1838. The red are the British folks. We are the orange folks. You might say, Resorty, where's there any orange? Oh gosh, right here. Nope, sorry, we're not orange. Orange is Meadowlands. We're the yellow friends. Ha-ha! Okay. Raiders, welcome. I swear I'm a good person. Let me just begin by saying, I swear I'm a good person through and through. We've changed to national supremacy. Cultures are accepted based on sharing traits with the primary culture. Foreign cultures are discriminated against unless they share our heritage and our language. I swear I'm a good person. Duman, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Hello, Casey. How's it going? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Friends, you don't know friend Toady, longtime friend of the channel. Let me go and give a quick shout out here. Plays a lot of management games. An absolute master at all things City Skylines. Plays RimWorld also. Other games as well. Like I said, longtime friend. Really positive streamer. A good person who would never select national supremacy in a video game. I promise. Kai or Chi, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. How's it going, silly? Alright, trade routes need convoys. So we've started enough trade routes that we can't actually run all of them. Ports, unfortunately, are not profit-making directly. But I believe that they will help our profits because they do the trade routes. So, where can we build some more ports? Some more parts? Some more ports. Flanders gets one more. That's all we can build for right now. We'll see. Sicily cares about Iberia. Sicily over here wants Iberia. Probably in their trading capacity. We still only care about Iberia ourselves. Now, once we have colonization figured out, I think we do have now, right? Look into the institution as colonization. No, we don't have it yet. I thought we did. All we have is education. I'm going to boost this to the next level of education. This makes the church even stronger. And that's what I want. Why do I not have colonization? See you, Toady. So, we probably have to pass a law to make colonization available. Because right now we can't do the Colonial Affairs Institution at all. And as of right now, we do have the ability to choose a new law. So how popular would it be to become a colonial folk? Wow! Everybody loves it! Everybody's totally involved in us going to find some rubber in Africa. Glorious. Which I mean, monstrous. But it's a lot of fun for sure. Having made that choice, the rural folk are very unhappy. They're worried they're going to get cheap technology or cheap labor from elsewhere. So the rural folk suggest that the people running the country have all the ideas about what the future should look like. Why should we trust them when they are currently running the show? The rural folk are still pretty powerful, and they don't care for me. Should we suppress them? I think we have enough points to do so. So, down with the rural folk. What do you people know? Literally nothing. Enjoy your cows while we move into the future. Sorry, rural folk. Sorry, rural folk. I need you to be a little weaker. So this last steel mill here will complete our current journal quest. And then this government administration building should complete another one. We'll be moving into the future and it will be glorious. As of now, we're only hemorrhaging cash a little bit. Previously, we were at negative 7,000. We are heading in the right direction once more. Bit by bit by bit. Hmm. Alright, what am I producing a lot of? Iron is the only thing I'm producing a lot of, and there's no real interest in exporting it right now. I'm also... No, I'm not making a bunch of grain. The whole empire is making a bunch of grain. If I try to export it, we'll get a little bit of money, but not enough to care that much. Also, the convoy situation continues to be a problem. The port's coming soon. Rural folk are still at 10. The British have taken on the Mosquito Kingdom's debt. Where's the Mosquito Kingdom? Wait, why is that happening? Oh, that's weird. Seizure alert, etc. But when I mouse over the flag, it gets dancing a little bit. Ah! Okay. Mosquito Kingdom is... Whoop. On the eastern side of Central America. South of Mexico, the British are now supporting them. Cool. Currently no faction in particular, but some people want us to not be colonialists. I don't know why they'd suggest that. Not even a little bit. We're full up on construction workers. Oh, almost. I thought we were full up for a moment. Maybe some workers died. What a sad story that is. We have enough bureaucracy here that we could get more trade going. Also, we could level up our commanders, can't we? Yeah. Oh no, he's a brigadier general, so he can actually support quite a few more battalions than he has right now. He only has 5 dudes. He can have up to 20. So our current pile of generals could have 40 in total. That'd be cool. Hey, Dr. Gunt. Good to see you, my friend. And yeah, very happy to stop by Toadie's stream anytime. Also, all you fine people from Toadie's stream, I'm sorry I didn't greet you all personally. It was a lot. It was a lot. But I appreciate you being here. We got about 30 minutes of stream left today before I got to go teach. But we're going to enjoy ourselves by looking at the map grow, because golly gosh, it's growing. Alright, the reasons I would want to get a stronger military right now are, number one, to continue frowning at the Netherlands in hopes of eventually freeing Luxembourg. The other reason is I suspect I will need to have a military down this way real soon. And so I think I should start getting more troops for that purpose. So I want to get up to, 40 battalions of soldiers. For right now, we'll just do... Oh! We have no place we can get more soldiers. Or build the barracks. Huh. I'll need to figure out how we can increase our barrack size. We can't expand beyond 5, which we're getting from National Militia. We'll hunt for laws that might help with that eventually. But for now, we have pharmaceuticals, which means we can next head down to quinine, which I don't know if that's actually a good decision to go there quite yet. It'll take a very long time. So I'm not going to do this yet, because we don't have any colonial affairs yet. We'll gradually be increasing that, and quinine comes later. For now, let's do some more production, so we can speed up our steel and such. More boilers, more good. Huh. I thought we'd made a 4th steel mill. Oh, maybe it's not just have 4 of them, but have them fully operational. Yeah, so we have 4 of them in Wallonia. Wallonia is a state, allegedly. Have a level 4 steel mill. Have a level 4 steel mills. Weird pluralization there. Yeah, maybe they're not fully employed is the issue. See, we'll see. We do still have a lot of workers available, though. Oh, no, we don't. Okay, so Flanders is completely without peasants. The population is increasing. There are currently 2 unemployed dudes, Phil and James, waiting in line to find some work. Alright, the tooling workshops are being made in Wallonia. We do have unemployed people there still, correct? 8 dudes. 216 peasants, though. So don't the peasants shift over into being laborers? We'll see, we'll see. Hey, Vindar, do we have to have 4 level 1s or level 4? It's possible I don't actually understand the distinction. So I thought it was the case that when you looked at like this number here, it showed you what size it is. Is a size the same as a level? Alright, so is there any like level up button other than this one here? I don't know. I think it is an employment issue, to be honest. And I think we have to wait for more Belgian babies to be born. Now again, the decision to turn on national sovereignty, or whatever it's called, at the same time we need more people, a little unfortunate. A little unfortunate. Once all this building is done, with no available workers, we probably just want to hold off on construction for a while and let the pile of money build up. Low market access in Wallonia. I said I didn't want to do anything else, but here I go doing something else. Get more market access by increasing number of railways, I believe. Awesome. And I'll bump that above the Arts Academy. Hey, Duman, how's it going? Good seeing you for sure. Man, watching the British market go all around the world. It really does go everywhere. The peasants are shifting out other type of laborers based on literacy rate. Okay, we are doing all we can on literacy right now. It is gradually increasing. It is strengthening the church even more. Eventually, we may move to secular education, but for right now, I just need that birth rate increase, which we still do not have. Are we close? We're at +5 right now, so we need 5 more points. Does the increased education make them happier? They want church-run healthcare. They don't have any strong opposition to anything. So part of the reason we're struggling here is because the leader is not someone who gives points and happiness. Colonial resettlement is preferred by industrialists only. See, I could imagine the church wanting this also, because with the guns also comes the cross. So I can imagine the church saying, "Yes, bring me more people to quote unquote save." Apparently not right now. Yeah. Also, it might be a tremendous mistake to try to make the church love us. Hey, we know about water tube boilers. We can change the production method of basically all of our places, which should save some money. Let's go ahead and do that first. The mines. From the atmospheric engine to the condensing engine pump. This is actually not the one I was looking for, but it's a good improvement anyway. Okay, so it's in urban buildings, maybe? Yes. That's for our furniture manufactories. This is going to spike the price of coal substantially. There's no one working at the steel mill. Where else can I free up some workers? Moving these to rail transportation frees up a bunch of laborers. That'll increase the price of transportation. It'll still be a reasonable-ish price, but we'll want to build more railroads soon. I think that might be the only way to... Yeah, it's the only way to free laborers right now. Let's give it some time to run and see what happens. The Great British Empire is taking over the Trucal States. Bedouin debt. This seems to be how the British are taking over the world right now, is by, first of all, borrowing their debt, and then subjecting them to be loyal to the crown. The Bessemer process is used for steel production. We do need that. Okay, so urbanization will complete if 75% of buildings, or 50% of Belgian states have urban centers of 5. Oh, I see. So all the Belgian states need to have a level 5 urban building. One state needs to have a level 10 building. Okay. So to get that, we should probably look at our capital and see what is closest to being level 10. Absolutely nothing. I could keep increasing the size of the government. It increases throughput output, consuming paper, producing taxation capacity and bureaucracy. We could try to go higher level on arms. We will need them eventually. This, though, consumes more iron and more wood. We don't make a lot of wood here. Okay. Okay. Don't know how to think this. The number matters is the urban center size. Oh. 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 No. Building level is greater than or equal to 10. Oh, the building is an urban center. Okay. Okay. I think I understand now. So urban center is a kind of building. This increases on its own, I believe. Right? I can't actually build it. One level is created for each 100 urbanization. Urbanization is created by these buildings. Got it. So it doesn't really matter what I build, just anything in this area. Got it. Who doesn't like clothes? We'll see how it goes. Buttons, buttons, buttons. Wallonia's railway's getting made. Once that's made, they'll have good levels of infrastructure again. Probably we need to start making our very own railway engines. We're still at 10% success on colonialism. I wonder if I should have waited on this until we had more people in power who wanted it. Or higher legitimacy, perhaps. What's our legitimacy right now? We're 70% legitimate. Everybody believes in ye old King Leopold. He has a 4-year-old son, also named Leopold. Leopold II, coming in eventually. He's an ambitious political operator. When he goes goo goo gaga, people know full well that he's coming for them. Aight. Aight. Hey! Hey, friends, we've become a major power. Well done, well done. So we're just barely a major power. Number 14 down here. Prestige is 111. Nice. Nice. What's our relative GDP? It's pretty high also. Our standard of living, not so good yet. Gotta work on that. Our population, not huge either, but we're becoming a little fancier. Was Leopold the Colonial Butcher? Perhaps. Are we playing as Colonial Butchers? Perhaps. Perhaps. So with the new declared interest, we're thinking ahead to colonialization. Now, I hate to admit it, but I don't know the geography of Africa all that well. I think it's very, very common among Americans and probably like Westerners in general. So where's the Congo? One asks for no reason whatsoever. If I wanted to learn about the Congo, where would it be? Could I now allow ally with Great Britain? We'll try in just 1 second. How about here? Bottom middle between Portugal's and up a little. Alright, Portugal's here. So here? Did I actually choose basically correctly? Or should I go for this area instead? Around the Congo River. Cuba, etc. Okay. Cuba. Congo! Oh, there it is! It actually exists already. Alright. I'm super interested in you. It's called the Congo. The Portugal started. We're coming real soon. And we're allowed one more. So what should I care about then? The Belgians did not go to Japan at this point, I don't think. Maybe China of some sort? Maybe more colonization? Somewhere far, far away? So how about in the islands out here? South Pacific? Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. Is it called the South Pacific or just called Oceania generally? Just Oceania generally. Cool, let's do it. Done. Next up, tell me of possibly of British alliances. Defensive pact is no. With an obligation, they would. So obligations do what? You're unable to start diplomatic plays against them or even join a play on the other side. They may use the obligation to force me into a diplomatic pact or absolve it to sway me into supporting them in a diplomatic pact. Okay. With only defensive pact, I think alliance is a step up from that. They probably won't do that. But defense clap could be good. They might use the obligation to force me into dominion. Oh, they can go that strong with it. I thought obligation was like, you just have to help me in my war, not you now belong to me. If we become a subject of Great Britain, we're definitely going Hamilton real quick. Alright, so nobody's interested in alliance right now. So nobody will take a straight alliance with us without having obligation. So for right now, we'll hold off on that. I do wonder if being part of their customs union counts as a reason to join us. Where do I see the likelihood of this? There we go. So no, the customs union does not seem to affect that at all. Should I end the customs union? So if I end the customs union, it'll give me a clearer sense of what's happening in my own markets, but it might substantially damage our current economy. And I don't really know how to think about that. Okay, the British will not like us as much as we leave also. Hey, Le Kremlin, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Hope you're having a good day. Let's stay as part of their customs union until I get a foothold down here. Okay, the railway is so close to being built. You can do it. the king has interfered in the political process. Oye, oye, here comes Leopold Ipse. He's taken a personal interest and resolved to use royal prerogative to ensure the law passes. Leopold seldomly intervenes directly in matters of law, relying instead on a system of delegation and personal influence for the efficient running of his realm. While legally, the king may exercise royal powers at will, doing so is sure to rile up both the Republicans and the opponents of resettlement. Isn't it the case that Leopold held the Congo as a personal holding, not as a holding of the state? If so, it makes perfect sense he would do this. So thy king's will be done. The rural folk and the intelligentsia are very unhappy. The rural folk already hate us. Oh well. The intelligentsia dislikes us. How much more? 3. They currently like us +1, so this would not be a huge hit. Or, let's not do that. Of course not. Forward goes the king. 20 bonus points of glory. Cool. Okay, we now have an interest in Congo and in Oceania. So I can't actually colonize until I pass this law, I believe. So what can I do down here? Hello. Okay. We're not neighbors yet. We have no customs union. Our relations are neutral. We could bankroll them. It transfers 0.36 money from them, or from us to them each week. Right now, let's just be friends. What's open diplomacy do? Ah, the diplomacy page. Alright, so I thought it might be like, send an envoy, open diplomacy. Greetings from the king. No, it's open the diplomacy screen. Alright, for now, let's make friendly with them. Hello. And Longo here. Hello. Okay, this is not part of Congo, is that right? So I can't interact with them. What are you part of? No interest. Oh, this is because it's not a nation, right? These white ones do not count as anyone I can interact with. I can only interact with Congo. The other ones are white. We could say hi to Portugal, but sure. For right now, let's try to make nice with Portugal so that we can avoid a major conflict down here. Awesome. I need quinine for Congo, so I don't know how colonization works yet. We've begun researching on the way to quinine. Yeah, we did the pharmaceuticals, so quinine can go next. I don't yet know how Colonial Affairs Institution works, though. We'll find out someday soon. Also the steel mills. Also the steel mills. Again, the 4 there. Yeah, they're just not employed yet. They have so many openings for so many workers. Wallonia, what's your story on employment? No one's unemployed. Flanders, nobody's unemployed. The entire nation is at maximum employment. Okay, the British are taking a port from the Ottoman Empire. Can we see that happening? Is that in the war page or diplomacy page? I mean, that's diplomatic play I don't have access to. And I'm losing power rank. So for a very brief moment, we were part of the major powers. I don't know if I can catch up on that. Presumably the Arts Academy will help with that. But until then, I'm not sure what else I can do. Because our power production, leading producer for good. The GDP is going up gradually. It's just slow and steady. Lack of employment's an issue. We must find more workers somewhere. The play might be the south part of Northern Africa. Go to here instead of here. We'll see. Positive income, it's true! We've gone in the right directions finally. Good, 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 good. If I stop suppressing the rural folk, we could set some more taxes also. Prussia and I are now best friends again. Cool. Are they still protective of me? They are. Austria's protective. Everybody's protective to me except for the French. Dutch hate me. How are the Dutch doing on their stuff? Is there any way for me to see what the attitudes towards the Dutch of the other powers are? Probably this button does it. Okay, so the Netherlands are also protected by Prussia. So France and Great Britain dislike the Netherlands. Austria and Prussia want to protect the Netherlands. So if someone were to attack the Netherlands, it's entirely possible that these powers would come on our side and these powers on their side, and the Space Marines would cause so much trouble for us. Is there demand for the fine arts? I mean, why wouldn't there be? So we now have an arts academy, which means we can't start promoting romanticism yet. We have to have fuller workforce. Let's go take a look at our very first arts building ever in any playthrough. Urban building, I assume. Trade Center, no. Oh, here it is. Arts Academy. So Arts Academy produces fine art, consuming even more paper. 100 dudes are employed. If I change its production, what are my choices here? Traditional art is it for right now. I don't know, just patronage. Rich people give us money. Hey, thanks. Do people want to buy my fine art? So I assume we're not consuming yet. Unless the wealthy are consuming it. Fine art's worth basically nothing right now. It doesn't quite exist yet, so we'll see how this levels out in the next little bit. The leader of the landowners has died. The landowners are not powerful at all here. Also, despite all my suppression of the rural folk, they're not decreasing nearly as fast as I want them to. They were at like 10-7 when I started, so we'll see. How's population looking? Going up? Yes. Foreign employed dudes. Glorious. Wallonia. Population going down. We lost divine right. Okay, so the church is no longer as happy as they were before. They're only opposed to a few little things. Hello, Enrico. This is his first playthrough. So this is my second playthrough, actually. The first playthrough was just the Sweden tutorial to learn the basic game stuff. This is the first playthrough where I'm sort of on my own and trying to figure stuff out altogether. Okay, something just changed here that is giving us less authority. I don't know what it is. So I'm going to stop suppressing the rural folk right now to get my authority popular again. Or positive again. We have postal savings! The local people are sending me their money. Glorious, glorious. Technology that increases our minting could be really nice. Also, with the free authority, we can now tax something else. Artwork seemed like the right call, but let's see if it actually is giving us much less any money right now. Who actually buys fine art? Yeah, higher wealth population, but there's so few, there's no point for that. It would generate basically zero revenue. But towards the top, we can see things that produce a bit more revenue. Probably liquor would be good. Liquor starts at level 15, correct? Whoops. Oh, everybody needs it. Everybody wants the booze. The opium. Is that just the wealthy? Everybody wants opium. How about yield tea? Higher wealth for tea. Yeah, I don't want to upset the entire population. Tea taxes it is. Just for now. More paper goods needed. Tools needed. The Vietnamese no longer want to buy my my opium. Very well, very well. People want to buy the grain, apparently. Not that valuable. We have some open convoys, though, so there we go. The Prussians get dye. The Russians get dye. Trade unions are becoming more powerful. Probably a lot of this playthrough is going to be suppressing the trade unions to ensure that they don't liberalize my nation while I'm busily interacting down south. Positive on cash, also awesome. But as they're positive on cash, it's probably because we're not constructing everything. But I need more paper again. Oh, also, I researched, what was it? Okay, I did research water tube boiler. I already changed it over. I thought I hadn't done that. Because if I build anything right now, there's no one to do the work, correct? There are tons of peasants. They're just not laborers yet. I think they will flip over eventually. Just a matter of waiting. Oh, friends. Oh, beloved friends. It is currently 10:30 my time. Which means I gotta go teach. I've had such a good time today. Thank you for hanging out. It was a good start. I'm not sure if we're doing things right, but we are heading in the direction of becoming a colonial power. If Portugal takes my Congo, I'm going to be so displeased. But that's okay. So thank you immensely. If you enjoyed what you saw, consider throwing a follow. Also, if you want more Resorty right now, if you pop over to the YouTube, there's a brand new playthrough of RimWorld that I started uploading yesterday. It's edited. I like it. You might like it too. So, goodbye for now. Back tomorrow about the same time, and we'll see how our little playthrough continues. Thank you for being here. Thank you, my friends. And goodbye. And thank you. And goodbye.